Hey guys, I'm Mike from Sons of Liberty Gunworks, and today we're going to be doing a comparison of the 6 Max and 5.56. So what we've done is we've built two identical clones, right? 10.5 inch 5.56 rifles. These are on our broadsword uppers. They both have dead air Sandman K cans, and we've tried to build these guns to be as identical as we could. So all we're doing is, like, that's the control group, right? And then that way we can actually look at the velocity difference and see, you know, how they stack up next to each other. I'm gonna go ahead and fire a 10 round string. This particular ammo here is a 55 grain 5.56, and let's see how it does. 55 grain 5.56, 10 round string on the Garmin. See how she goes. All right, well, I guess we shot a 9 round string. So there we go, 9 round string. We're looking at an average of 2641 with a max of 2676. Now, okay, we're gonna shoot a 10 round string. This is 5.56 77 grain ammo, so 5.56 77 grain. Let's see how this does. All right, the 77 grain ammo looks like it produced an average of 2405 with a max of 2462. Okay. Now we're going to shoot a 10 round string of M855 Alpha 1, right? So this is your M855 A1 or the EPA round, and we're going to see how that does. All right, that is your M855 A1, which is a 62 grain projectile. So that's 62 grain Alpha 1. Okay guys, so now we have 10 rounds of your 6 Max 55 grain. Again, we built a 6 Max rifle in an identical platform, right, which is your 10.5 Sons of Liberty broadsword rifle with that same dead air Sandman K. And let's go ahead and see how this does. All right, so we ended up, sorry, I ended up loading a little bit less than that in there. 8 round group. All right guys, so now we're gonna try 10 rounds of 62 grain 6 Max, okay? Same 10.5 rifle, everything. All right, looks like we had an average velocity of 29.13 with a maximum of 29.26. All right, guys, and we have a 77 grain 6 max cartridge out of the same platform. Let's see how she does. All right, we're getting an average of 26.87 with a max of 27.05 out of the 77. All right, guys, so we've done some velocity comparison tests on these 10.5 guns, and the purpose of the max, the reason why the max, was like jumped out to us, and the reason why we went full bore on bringing this thing to market was because the ballistics, the increased lethality over the 5.56 is super evident, right? And then when you compare it directly to the 6 ARC, the mechanical robustness, how tough and hard like this gun can run, right? Like in the same M4 platform, we want to get the same type of like endurance out of an M4 that the 5.56 has, but with a 6mm bullet. We have not been able to do that with the ARC. Okay, the ARC does have some issues with bolt breakages, extractor issues. You have to get pretty funky with gas systems to make them, reliable to take stress off that bolt. And so, can you shoot a 6mm bullet out of a true M4 platform with the same level of like endurance and performance expectation that you can out of an ARC? So let's go run a few mags out of this. Right, so obviously we're not going to sit here and do an entire burn down test because that's going to take a while, but with absolute confidence I know this gun runs, and you can run it as hard as an M4 by shooting a much faster and bigger bullet. Remember, the caliber ranges on these things are from 55 grain all the way up to 107. Like, that's a hell of a lot of options there, and you have some large payload capacity when you start getting into the heavier bullets, which again the goal would be to increase the lethality of the platform. Well, I think we've legitimately done that. I think you've legitimately increased the lethality of an M4 platform. All right, guys, take it easy. All right, so we're gonna do a mag dump here with some 105s out of the 6 max. So 105 grain bullet, 6 max, thing's singing.